It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got the Panthers Offensive Player of the Year. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Panthers and the Falcons on Monday night.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center.
Did you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Payne. Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the first down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence.
Touchdown, Panthers! I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Herbert, and that's caught. It's Brian Edwards.
Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now a handoff up the middle.
Clinton. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Here's Herbert.
And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Throwing on second and long. Herbert. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a third down coming up. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From the 50, here's Herbert. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January. And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy. Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early. Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him. Off play action. Payne. And his throw is incomplete. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McCoy. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 30. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action here on first down. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL.
mindset, and I'm guaranteeing you, it started in the offseason. Third.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To throw on second down. Payne. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive. And finally, I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him. Made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Touchdown. A great effort there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kareem Hunt, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Saquon Barkley, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Herbert. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Play action. It's Herbert.
Looking for London on the out route complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Working with a 2nd and 3. middle they go. Clinton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton. And it's been like this all night long. No. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Clinton. And he will push his way forward down to about the 40-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep now for McCoy. They've got his man complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Carmichael. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Payne. Bryant with a catch right side.
He's into the secondary.
Touchdown, Carolina! Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Into the hands of London.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he completes it to Henry. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And that is incomplete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a handoff up the middle. Carmichael, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Carolina, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.